Hail, wanderer. Would you spare a moment? I have a favor to ask you. In appearances, perhaps. I'm just an alpha that needs your help. I have a few belongings to sell, and unfortunately, I've done little to endear myself to Aiton's folk. Will you sell them in my stead? The arrangement is simple. I give you an item and you sell it. I take a cut, you keep the profit. And will repeat until I have nothing to sell. Understand? I thought you had the look of a trader about you. I have several items for you to sell. If you prefer, you could just buy them all now from me and sell them later. As you wish. The items are in acceptable condition, if nothing else, but they might stand a little polish here and there. Take my silverware, for example. It's somewhat tarnished, but Ban Ron could use the metal. If you melted it down, he'd likely pay more for it. I want you to sell it. Ban Ron, the local smithy, will have use for the silver, I'm sure. If you process the silver down to a raw form, he might pay more for it.
Yes?
Welcome to the Clanging Hammer. Don't see many new faces in Aiton these days. My forge is open. So you're Ratofer's proxy. I heard that someone was helping him out of his money problems. Well, that misfortune couldn't have happened to a nicer person. He was the richest Alfar in town, until he lost his shirt in the war. But that looks to be good silver. I'll take it off your hands. Forge is yours, whenever you need.
How goes our business? For your sake, I hope it is smooth. I never thought I'd see the day when I'd be happy to see such a paltry sum. I suppose the townsfolk are happy on my behalf. But let the past lie. I've another item for you, my kerchief. Slightly, worn, but the material is special, of the sort alchemists employ for handling reagents. Askelthorin might buy it. He's a stubborn one, but he's weak at haggling. See what you can get out of him. Askelthorin, the local alchemist, is interested in it. The cloth is normally used for handling sensitive reagents and potions. See what kind of price you can get out of him.
Yes?
Good day, traveler.
For a minute I thought the damn Freeman had fancied to rob me. Welcome. I offer some alchemical items if you are interested. Well, now, I haven't had a solvent cloth like this in quite some time. I'll give you a few coins for it. It's funny that you're here on Ratofer's business. I haven't heard anything from him since he returned from Tuilia over 10 years ago. Not that I think I'd have much to say coming back from what he did. You need anything else? Very well.
What is it you need, stranger? How go my affairs? And I hope you've gotten out of Askel what you wanted for it. I have another item I want you to sell. A pair of daggers. Finwick Ivor collects weapons, gaudy, gem-encrusted ceremonial ones, but weapons nonetheless. Some gem socketing may be of use. Take whatever you can for them. Just get them out of my sight. Sell them to Finwick Ivor. He's fancied himself a collector of these kinds of things. He's quite vain. If you socket a gem or two into them, I'm sure he'll pay more for the daggers.
What's this?
The damn freemen are getting closer to the village every season. You should see the jobs I posted about, thinning their numbers. Ratofer's aid, right? Let me take a look at what you have there. By the gods! All Alfar know these daggers. These were given to the heroes of the Battle of Galafor Plains. Ratofer got these for saving Rathir from the Tuatha. Will you look at that stone, shining like the day it was set into the blade? I'll take these off your hands. They must be preserved. Keep the peace.
What is it you need, stranger? How go my affairs? Good. Sell this ring as well. There is a recluse who lives on the edge of town, Nell. The ring meant something to her long ago. Age has taken its luster, but the potion from an acid solution will make it shine once more. Nell will pay handsomely for that, I think. It goes to Singing Nell, the hermit near town. She has a dowry, some gold saved away, I know it. The ring's tarnished with the years, but there's a secret. Douse it with acid solution, and that should wash it clean.
Welcome to Ayton.
Strangers strange come to Ayton. Few come by these roads nowadays. A hard gaze falls on Ayton. Many are the burdens and few are the reliefs. Someone must go to Ayton Circle. Someone must call the Erethel. I have counted the minutes until Ratofer returned to me with that ring. It is beautiful. As beautiful as it was the day I pressed it into his hand, as the day he and those boys left for war, as the day he came back broken and alone. And now it comes back to me with an asking price. Here is the coin he so desires. May he drown in the tankard he buys with it. Flutter away.
What is it you need, stranger? How go my affairs? That was a hard thing to let go of, but it needed to be done. There is one last thing I need to divest myself of. My charter. The one that shows my ancestry. It is in the ruins of my family's estate, Corgan Hold. Its buyer is Gordon Lott, the innkeep. Give it to him whatever he asks for it. In Corgan Hold, it was an ancestral home for the Ratofers, but since I've abandoned it, darker things lurk there now.
Passou tanto tempo que o velho narrador cansou de esperar e tiveram de chamar um novo.
Dois mil anos depois. Uma eternidade depois.
Ratofer's finally sent you. After 10 years of wasting his life at my tap, he decides to send someone else for this. Well, I'm a busy man, stranger. Say what you came here to say. He took my sons. He took all of Ayton's sons and daughters, husbands and wives, when he went to war. and all that was returned to us was a single man, broken and destitute, begging to drink himself into oblivion. If Ratofer wants to escape his poverty, I say let him rot in it. Do you think I enjoy thinking of my sons every single time that drunkard walks in? But you're right. I know what he wants with this money, and if it helps him do that, he can have every coin I've ever saved. Give me the charter. I'll burn it. It'll be a part of his life he can never buy back. Always open.
What is it you need, stranger? How go my affairs? Then the charter was sold after all. In the years I've been back, I've never held this much gold at once. There's nothing holding me back now, thanks to you. It's time I do what I should have done years ago. By a blade, I'll get to Rathir and book passage for Melsenshir to the war front. I left here 10 years ago with the promise of glory and Aiton's youth, but came back alone. I've carried their deaths with me since. What life I had left here you sold. Now I return to war, a nameless soldier. I pray to the gods I never make it back.